week's episode of Nat Chats, I want to share my top 10 tips for shopping locally this Christmas. Why? Because we're blessed with some wonderful small businesses in our inner north hoods, most of which are owned and operated by locals and local families, and they've been doing it super tough in the last few years, of course, as we all have. But if we are able to support them and help keep them afloat, we're keeping food on their tables, and more importantly, we're keeping our neighbourhoods vibrant and active as well. It's a win-win. And it doesn't have to mean spending more money. It's about just spending money at Christmas differently. It can be as easy as substituting a $50 Coles Myer voucher for a $50 one from a local cafe instead. Simple. Which brings me to my top 10. Number 1, breakfast, lunch or dinner on you. One of the things that we love to do is spoil our buyers and sellers with a voucher to a local cafe, restaurant or small bar in the suburb that they've just moved to. You can call and pop into your fave to get one. It's so much more personal and usually much more appreciated than that Target or ubiquitous hamper you might have been contemplating. Number 2, buy your meat from a local butcher. We've got at least 4 of the best butchers in Perth nearby, so there's no reason to be standing in the meat section of Woolies contemplating overseas hams. From the traditional Christmas roast to Boxing Day snags on the barbie or an impromptu get together with friends. Check out places like Mondo de Carne, Paddock and Farm, Prince's or Torres, to name a few, for some of the best tasting meats you're likely to find. Number 3, personal fave, give the gift of reading. What better way to relax on your break or entertain the kids and get them off screens than a good book? Now, whether it's the real thing or a voucher so your loved ones can choose their own, you can't go past places like Planet Books or Beaufort Street Books in Mount Lawley and Rabble Books and Games. Games, there's a thing for the holidays in Maylands too. Number 4, go gourmet. Whether it's to serve at your own table or give as gifts to the fam, there's some amazing and tasty gourmet goodies at places like Black Pig in Inglewood, Smoltz in Maylands, Hobart Deli Larder in North Perth, and Pimlott and Strand in Dianella. And don't forget, of course, our wonderful local markets such as Kyilla in North Perth, Perth City Farm in East Perth, or the Basie Growers Market, all of which have got special Christmas themed events in the next few weeks. Number 5, breads and desserts. You've got Mary Street Bakery, the Wood-Fired Baker, the Pearl of Highgate, Chew, Dolcetta. The list goes on. It's once a year, so spoil yourself with something made by hand with love rather than something churned out of a commercial factory. Number 6, shout yourself some new clothes or accessories. As kids, we always got a new outfit for Christmas, and it's a tradition that I've tried to carry forward with my boys today. If you're worried that your friends or family aren't going to like it or it's not going to fit, again, get a gift voucher for them instead, and then they can spend it in the Boxing Day sales. Win-win. Check out Department, Estrella for special jewellery, Jack Clothing and Elroy in Mount Lawley. You've got Morgan Marks in North Perth. You've got Lulu Sasha, Look Feel Be, or for kids, Max and Hound in Maylands. And then you've got Favourite Daughter and Zeba that have just opened this year in Inglewood. And in Mount Hawthorn, the Annex and Torso. And if you're averse to adding to landfill or just after a bargain, look, hit up one of the large number of local op shops that have been springing up in our suburbs in the last few years. There's a horde of those to check out. Number 7, something personal or for the home. Gosh, where do I start? Future Shelter and Angove Street Collective in North Perth. You've got Daisy and Rowe, Firefly Gifts and 8th Ave Collective in Maylands. You've got Orno Interiors in Highgate and Ware and Mandy and Co in Mount Lawley, and of course La Luna and Mia Flora in Inglewood. And if you want gifts with a vintage twist, you've got Vintage Emporium, So Last Century and Jungalow. Heaps to choose from. Number 8, pamper a loved one. Nothing says I love you more or you look crap in need of a pick-me-up like a pamper session. Be it a gift voucher for makeup or a treatment at your favourite local beauty salon, like Cult Cosmetica in Inglewood, which is one of my faves, or a 90-minute specialist massage, as in not frequented by suspect dodgy looking types, from places like Wellness on Beaufort or Muscle Moves on Walcott Street, Clear Mind Studio in Inglewood, or Physical Focus at the Terry Tyzack Aquatic Centre. Which brings me to number 9, wellness in general. It's a huge industry, and is there someone in your life that keeps mentioning that they want to try something like PT classes or boxing classes or the gym or yoga or Pilates or even meditation? There are so many options out there now. And again, vouchers are a great way to go. There are so many local gyms and studios around in our different neighbourhoods with lots of different offers at very different price points to choose from. There is literally something to suit everyone. And 10, to counteract all that wellness, how about a bottle or two of booze? My family knows that the present that I love most at this time of year is a good bottle of bubbles, or red, or both. And it's even better when it's bought from one of our great independent liquor retailers like Divine Cellars or Sexton Cellars in Inglewood, Grand Cru Wine Shop and Cellar in Mount Orley, or La Vigna in Menora. These are the places that I go when I want to give a bottle of something as a gift, but not something you're going to find on the shelves in Dan Murphy's. They all stock great boutique and lesser known labels that are no more expensive than what you'll find in the chains and big barns. Again, winner. So please think twice before you give away your hard-earned cash to the mega corporates, and switch over to supporting local where you can and can afford to instead. Even if it's just a few items, every little bit helps. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.